Bernhardt. I'm from Bernhardt CPA. I thought to keep myself on task that I would clear off my wall. So what I started doing was I just started pulling things off the wall. And this is my license as a CPA. So I'm a CPA. In addition to that, I'm a member of the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. It's an organization that I joined that represents CPAs in the United States. They just keep on coming. It's, this is my state license. Every CPA is licensed by the individual state that you come from. I'm also a member of the Connecticut Society of CPAs. What I found out as I started going through this was how much I need Rob, because as I take down these things, I have squares of, so I guess I need a mood change. Again, another license from the state for being a CPA. I also have a license. I'm licensed as an insurance broker. I have life, health, P&C or property and casualty insurance. And I'll talk about that after. In addition, I'm a PFS. PFS, it's a personal financial specialist. And to gain that, what you have to do is be essentially a stockbroker. So I took all the exams so that I could advise people on that. And I'll talk about that after also. I guess also, I'm a notary republic. So I have that also, okay? So as I started pulling things off the wall, I thought, well, let me tell you something that nobody knows about me. So I took this off the wall. Back when, and this was drawn in 1979, I was into fencing, okay? And I was a fencing coach for Fairfield University, and I did that for about 5 years. And you can see over here I have my foil, and I have my calculator over here. Anyway, so those are some of the things that I have. So some of the basic features of the business is I give out a profit and loss statement at the end of each month to my clients. I have timely preparation of state and federal tax forms. I have unlimited discussion of your accounting and business related questions. What I try to say is use me as a sounding board. And I do have licenses as an insurance broker and as a stockbroker so that I can advise people, but I don't really do that. And generally what I do is I bring in other people, as Matt, Kevin, to help me. But what I try to say to people is when you hire me to help you with your business or your personal finances, this is what I bring to the table. I bring an insurance broker, a stockbroker, and when I look at your finances, that's the way I look at them. Is first you get a CPA that looks at your finances, then you get an insurance broker that looks at your finances, and then a stockbroker. So for example, when you buy something new for your business, a fixed asset, I'm wondering, is it insured properly? If I see a lot of cash on your balance sheet, what I'm looking at is, do you need all that cash right now? Should we take it and invest it in something? And in that case, I would call up Matt and he could help me out with that and give different options for us. Also tax planning and preparation. So a typical report, and I have to tell you that I'm an accountant, okay? I'm not very good at drawing things. So you see things going uphill and downhill as I write it, but okay, what can I tell you? So I give a profit and loss statement. And a profit and loss statement is really a statement that shows for a period of time, a set period of time, generally 1 month, year to date, for 1 year. It shows you your revenues. Revenues are your sales that you've done during the course of the year. If you were a manufacturing company, you might have cost of sales, in which case that's a reduction or an expense of the company, so you're buying something that then you went and sold. And then you have other expenses. And for service companies, that's what you would normally have, or expenses that might entail payroll, if there were any tax penalties, repairs and maintenance, advertising, bank service charges. Many people don't know how much they pay the bank. And it's something that you should be watching because banks are making a lot of money. And sometimes you don't realize the charges that they give you. Rent, supplies, and then you come down to your net income, what you've made for that period of time. So on this particular sheet, I try to show it as current month and then a percentage that you've gained, and then on a year-to-date basis, and then the percentage. So that now you know how much you've made, what your expenses are, and what you've made for the entire period. Okay? Another thing that no one ever looks at is their balance sheet. And your balance sheet shows your assets as compared to your liabilities and your stockholders' equity. And most people don't look at that, whether in your personal life or your business life. It's an important document. I guess a couple of weeks ago, the New York Times had an article in their colored section, the Sunday colored section, and it says, "What are you really worth?" And really what they're talking about is a balance sheet in your personal life. Everybody has a balance sheet in their personal life, and really it's just your assets minus your liabilities, and that gives you a stockholders' equity or your net worth. That's what they're talking about here. That's the crisis that we have right now, and so that's something that you should be looking at. Profit and loss statement, just comparing it 1 year to the next year, and that's what I spoke about on my commercial. And then a rolling profit and loss statement. So it just has each month's profit and loss statement and comes to a total. So then you know what you've done on a rolling period, not just a year-to-date basis. What you've done. So the benefits you receive, profit and loss statement. Use me as a sounding board. Call me up and ask me about your financial statements. I'll talk to you. I'm happy to tell you how everything is. Peace of mind that you get your tax returns done and your other things done on a timely basis. Convenience. I live in Fairfield. I work in Westport. And most of you guys are right around here. So that's the convenience. You know that the more that you make, the more the IRS wants to take. And I'll show you how to keep more of it legally. Okay? That's my goal, is to keep you out of trouble. General stats show that 80% of new businesses fail within the first 5 years. And why? Because of poor financial advice, poor capitalization, and poor planning. So I can help you by providing you with good financial sound tax advice, preparing your financial statements, enabling you to secure working capital and loans, assisting you in planning for the future. So penalties cost you money. And if you don't do things right, that's what you get. Why us? Convenience, accessibility, affordability. I'm knowledgeable, I'm client-oriented. So